Hey everyone, I'm Howie, and welcome to my channel JujitFit, where I combine my passion for jiu-jitsu and fitness. Today, in my very first video, I have a dead basic follow-along workout for you, intended for people just starting out on their fitness journey and those with reduced mobility. There's some dead basic, functional, simple exercises that will just get you up and moving. Not intended to be overly strenuous, not at this time. And what better time to start while you're in a lockdown? Now, if you stick around to the end, I'll fill you in more on what I want to do with this channel. Until then, enjoy. Right, so before we get started with the workout, let's break down the exercises that we'll be doing. The first exercise is the wall press. This is the simplest progression in terms of a push-up. We're going to have our hands about shoulder width apart on the wall and our feet at a comfortable distance away. We're going to let ourselves press our body towards the wall, keeping our legs and torso in one nice straight line and letting those heels lift up off the floor as and when is required. Just let your body move with the movement. This is a great exercise, especially if you can't do a push-up, and it's going to work the chest and the arms and the shoulders. Moving on, we have Russian twist, which is a fantastic core exercise, especially if you hold a weight in your hands. But you don't have to hold a weight in your hands. You can do it with your hands clasped together, heels on the floor, and twisting from side to side. And if you want to make this harder, you can raise your heels up off the floor and balancing on that coccyx and making this an even better core exercise. And next, we have sitting squats. And sitting squats are almost exactly as they sound. You're going to be doing a squat into a seated position. Here I have a stool. Now if you have a chair, that's fine. We want to make sure we are actually going to sit down and put that coccyx or a bum on the seat itself. And we're lowering ourselves down into position and then driving ourselves back up. The thing that's important to remember about doing any leg exercise like the squat is maintaining that proper alignment between hips, knees and toes, and it doesn't really matter whether your feet are facing straight forward or slightly pointed out. And moving on, we have glute bridges, which is another fantastic core exercise, really good for lower back, good for those glutes. And we're going to start in a sit-up position, so knees bent, back flat on the floor, and we're going to raise those hips towards the ceiling, squeezing those glutes at the top, and it's really that straightforward. Again, doing it nice and slow, you'll feel the burn a little bit more. Another core exercise next is the heel tap, and the muscle that dominates this is the obliques. And you're going to start in that sit-up style position again, so knees bent, back flat on the floor, and you're going to tighten the core, bringing the shoulders off the floor, and twist to each side, pivoting from the centre and tapping the heels, hence the name. If you want to make this harder, you can move your heels further away, and the further away they are, the harder it gets. The next exercise that we're going to break down is another leg exercise, and that is the lunge. The thing that's important to remember when we're doing lunges is we want to take a step and a half, approximately forwards, before we bend down, just so we can maintain a 90-degree angle on both legs. Sometimes this can take a couple of reps just to find that right spacing, just to get the most out of it. Lowering yourselves down into position, and again, driving back up. Maintaining that alignment between hip, knee and toe, and trying to keep those shoulders back and that core nice and tight. And you'll feel this in the core, especially if you have weights in your hands, because you've got to fight against the wobble backwards, forwards and to the side. The next exercise is a great exercise, especially if you don't have a pull-up bar, and especially if you can't do a pull-up. And this is an inverted row, or a towel row, because you need a towel. So wrapping a towel around a banister, and keeping your feet nice and close, hands fairly close as well, you'll lean back, keeping the elbows tucked, and pull yourself forwards. So if you don't have a banister or don't have access, then you can wrap the towel around either side of the door and catch it in the door handles. Put your feet on either side of the door to maintain stability in the door, lean back, and again, pulling with those lats towards the door. And next, we have good mornings. And this is another great core exercise, also works your legs, your glutes, and it's very similar to that of a deadlift, at least in terms of actual movement. So I suppose this is the most simple progression. Hands wherever is most comfortable, I find by the head, and we're basically going to try and fold ourselves at 90 degrees, letting our bum stick out and letting those knees bend. And the final exercise that we're going to break down is another very easy one, and that is calf raises. So standing with our feet at a comfortable distance apart. We're going to push up on the toes, lifting the heels towards the ceiling. Doing this nice and slowly, you should feel the burn probably quite a lot quicker. What that will do is also help create that mind-muscle connection that's really, really ever so important about doing exercise, especially as you start to progress. And just remember, all these exercises that I've shown you are entry level. The most basic and the most fundamental. Make sure you're happy with these before we move on and do the workout. And when you're ready, move on to the warm-up. Most of these things are going to be 10 seconds long. There's a couple of 30-second spurts in there. Listen for the beeps, and that'll tell you when to begin the next exercise. So first, just shake everything off. Just let it all go. Just go let it shake. And then feet together, and we're going to go down as far as we can reach. Doesn't matter how far we can reach, whether that's to the knees, to the shins, or to the floor. It doesn't even matter that you can't reach there. You're going to go a little bit wider still, a nice neutral stance. And the same again. When doing these stretches, we want to stay nice and dynamic, so we're always constantly moving. And we're going to go wider still, kind of what we call double shoulder width. Nice, easy, dynamic stretching at the beginning. Make sure you're moving in that stretch. Next, we're going to call what's called opening the gate. If you need to hold on to something, feel free. But you're going to move the knee up and out. And here we are, closing the gate, which is the exact opposite movement, moving the knee from the outside to the in. Now, starting those steps, you've got 30 seconds. At a nice reasonable pace, feel the heart rate going. Go on. And as we start to bring that to a close, next thing that we're going to do is we're going to cross the arms over. One at the top of the other, as you can see here, followed by shoulder rotations, both directions. Get those shoulders nice and limber. Now we're going to rotate the hips. Make sure we do that both ways. Give them a nice, good, solid rotation. The last thing we're going to do in terms of dynamic stretching is we're going to slowly rotate that neck all the way around, and then look from one side to the other, just here mobilizing all the parts of the body that is possible. And the last thing we're going to do is do another 30 seconds on that step, again at a pace that you feel comfortable with, and you should start to feel slightly breathless while you do this. So as we're just finishing this off, I'll tell you what's up in store next. We've got the main body of the exercise, That's going to be 30 seconds on, 20 seconds off. And here comes the first round. So the first thing we're going to do is 30 seconds wall press. Again, listen for those beeps, and you can begin. And in case you're struggling to hear those beeps, I'll do a countdown for you, and that's going to be into the rest period, and that's going to be in 3, 2, 1. So take a nice rest, get some water, do whatever you need to do. Next, we have Russian twists, so get yourself on the floor, into that position, hands clasped, ready to go. Remember to keep that core nice and tight. And you can raise the heels up off the floor if you find that that is useful or even more beneficial. And so, as we're closing towards the end, let me do that countdown for you again. 3, 2, 1, and rest. Make sure you're in position over your chair, because we're going to go down into the squats. 3, 2, 1, and begin. Lowering yourself down and driving yourself back up. Keep this going. Maintain that alignment. Keep those eyes facing forward. Focus. Do the best you can. 3, 2, 1. Rest. The next exercise we're going to do is going to be cardio. You can do the step. I'm going to do some star jumps here. Whatever you feel most comfortable doing. 3, 2, 1. Again, just do whatever you can. Get the heart rate up. Try and get ourselves to start sweating. Last few seconds now. And 3, 2, 1, and that's over. Take another rest. We're going to move on to glute bridges. So get yourself laid down, nice and flat. And get prepared to raise those hips. In 3, 2, 1. Really squeeze those glutes as you reach the highest point. Again, you should probably feel this a little bit in the lower back, maybe even in your legs. Try and keep a nice pace with all of these exercises. Coming down to the last few seconds. 3, 2, 1, and rest up. And you can stay on the floor because we're going to do heel taps next. So get yourself prepared. Only a few seconds left. 3, 2, 1. And that's it. Tighten that core. Bring those shoulders off and sweep from side to side. Find this one, you can feel the burn in this one, definitely in your sides, that's where your obliques are. Keep it going, do whatever you can. Three, 2, 1, and rest. So go and find a position or a space where you can do some lunges. So you need to have that 1.5 steps, alternating from side to side. And here we go. In 3, 2, 1. Try and maintain that alignment, keep that core nice and tight. Try and stop your body from wobbling from side to side. In 3, 2, 1. Moving on to the next exercise, which is going to be the inverted row or the towel row. So wrap that towel around, get yourself prepared. And 3, 2, 1. As I said earlier, this is a great one if you don't have a pull-up bar or can't do a pull-up. It's a really good way to work those lats without actually having to move your entire body weight through the air and fight against gravity. And we'll get the last few reps in here. And when we're ready, 3, 2, 1. Put that down. We're going to move on. We're going to do the good mornings. Make sure you've got the right space and that you're not going to bang your head against the banister like it looks like I'm about to. And when we're ready, the countdown. 3, 2, 1. That's it. Feel that squeeze in your glutes and your legs, your lower back. Feel free to stick that bum out. Trying to fold yourself into that 90-degree position. And coming into the last few seconds now. 3, 2, 1. And rest. And what we're going to do now is the last exercise, and that's calf raises. So make sure you stood comfortably. Get ready to raise those heels to the sky. 3, 2, 1. Do this nice and slowly, like I said, you'll feel that burn. As you're doing all these exercises, it's always good to try and create a mind and muscle connection. So you feel that muscle tighten as you do the exercise. Last few seconds. And 3, 2, 1. And that's the end of the first circuit. Feel free to pause between the circuits now, because we're going to move straight on. So get yourself in position and begin. Really feel that squeeze in the chest. Like I was just saying, try and create that mind-muscle connection. So you should be able to feel this in the back of your arms, your triceps, and your shoulders, and your chest. You should try and feel the squeeze in that area as you do going through the motion. 3, 2, 1. Take that nice rest. Get ready, get yourself on the floor, get ready for those Russian twists. Three, 2, 1. Just moving the hands from side to side. Again, you should feel this down the sides of your torso, and in your abs as well. A few more reps here. Keep it going. And 3, 2, 1, and that's it. And rest up. And if you hadn't already noticed, first we're going to move on to squats. I did actually video 2 separate circuits, and 3, 2, 1. However, during the process of recording, somehow the second set ended up getting deleted or was missing. Either way, follow it along. The exercises were still the same, pacing was the same. Keep it going. Last few reps now. 3, 2, 1. Putting my stool away. Moving into a position where you can move on and do some star jumps or some steps or any other kind of light cardio. If you've got a skipping rope, it's always an option. And begin. Funny story, first time I ever tried doing star jumps, jiu-jitsu, my hands went up and met each other and my feet met each other at the bottom. It was the exact wrong way around. So we've all got to start somewhere. And that's exactly what this video is. So, last few seconds, 3, 2, 1. And rest up again. The next thing's going to be those glute bridges again. Position nice, comfortable. Ready? 3, 2, 1. Again, the thing about creating that mind-muscle connection, really feel the squeeze in those glutes. That cheek bump, by the way. Keep reaching those hips to the sky. Last few seconds. 3, 2, 1. And there's no point doing what I do here and get up off the floor. You may as well just stay on the floor. And that was me just forgetting what was next. We are in fact all only human. Get yourself into position. Keep that core nice and tight. 3, 2, 1. Side to side. Keep that core nice and tight. Really feel the burn when you do this one. Such a simple exercise, so effective. But as we know, this is generally always the case. Last few seconds. 3, 2, 1. And now we're going to move into those lunges. So yourself into a position where you can achieve that step and a half with those alternating feet. And 3, 2, 1. Try and keep that wobble to a minimum. Fight it. As you can in this 30 seconds. Here we go, last few seconds. And 3, 2, 1. Just rest. We've got that inverted row again. So get that around the banister or the door, whichever it is that you're doing. You're going to lean back. Pull in 3, 2, 1. Excellent. Always enjoyed a good back exercise. See here, I'm taking a nice slow pace, trying to feel that squeeze on my lats as I bring myself into that upright position. Keep those elbows nice and tight. The last few seconds now. 3, 2, 1. Pop that down. Take a rest. We've got good mornings again. Get yourself ready. yourself prepared. Last few seconds. Don't bang your head. 3, 2, 1. Really stick that bum out. Feel that squeeze. Again in that lower back, and in the legs, and in your bum. Keep it going. A few more reps. Coming up to the last few seconds now. 3, 2, 1. And we're going to do the last exercise of this set. Calf raises. Nearly there. Last few seconds rest. 3, 2, 1. And begin. Now, if you want to go and do a third set, rewind to either of those start points and try again. You're welcome to as many sets as you like. You can even do this probably every day. It's not overly strenuous, but it is getting you moving. So, last few seconds. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. And that is the end of that. And we're going to move into the cool down. And the first thing we're going to do is we're going to do one of set steps. This time a lot more gently. We're going to take a nice steady pace. This is a cool down, not a warm up. So we've got 30 seconds. It's taken in a nice steady pace. A lot of the other stuff we're going to be doing here is static stretching, which is really good to increase your flexibility and help with that mobility. So, last few seconds, do your last few steps, and wait for it. 3, 2, 1. I'm going to move on. This time, feet together. We're going to go down and hold. And it doesn't matter just how far you get down, just go as far as you can. If you can touch your toes, great. If you can touch the floor, even better. Now we're going to go to that nice one leg crossed over. You should really be able to feel this of that back leg. And then we're going to go and cross over the other side. It's a really nice stretch. Stretches off each leg individually. From this point, we're going to take the feet to about shoulder width apart and do the same again. Just holding that, keeping those knees locked. Again, double shoulder width, much like we did at the beginning, but this time it's static. And the next exercise, we're going to put those hands on the kidneys. We're going to squeeze those elbows together, as you can see there, and try and demonstrate squeezing the elbows together. And if you want to pop those hips forward as well, you can get a little bit more of a deeper stretch. Now, if you interlock your fingers, palms facing out, push down, head down, and keep forcing those palms out. Hold that. And then we're going to cross the arms over. This time you're going to bend one arm just beyond the elbow and pull back. Stretching out that shoulder and the arm. Next thing we're going to do is a tricep stretch. Reach over as if we were reaching between those shoulder blades and then pushing down on that elbow as much as is possible, driving that down. And then of course you're going to do the other side. And then we're going to do a nice groin stretch. We put hands on bent knee, sticking the other foot up, and then you're going to drive those toes down. You know, when you're in this position, we really want to stick that bum out. So, other side, hands on the bent knee, and then drive that toe to the ground and really feel that stretch. Stick your bum out, Sink into it and you really feel that stretch in the groin. The last stretch we're going to do, standing about a foot away from the wall, or no more than a foot away. Put your hand as high as you can get it and attempt to look over the opposite shoulder. And the other side, holding for a few seconds. And after that, we're all done. Consider yourself worked out. Well, to all of you who joined in with that, I hope you've really started to feel that. Now that's over and done with, I can explain a little bit more about myself and my plans for the channel. I'm a freelance personal trainer and I have a second dan in Kempo Jiu-Jitsu. You can probably see where I got the channel name from now. The main body of this video was actually commissioned by one of my clients to help someone he knows with some general aches and pains. So I thought, why not make a YouTube video out of it? You know, I've got nothing else to do in this lockdown. So I learned to video edit, and in a couple of days, boom, I got this video out. Now I have a few other ideas of what I'd like to do with this channel, but I'm open to ideas. I'm also open to praise and criticism, so feel free to drop a comment and let me know. I know I've got a long way to go. I know that recording some of those exercises was less than ideal, and I'm only just now getting to grips with this whole system. So I hope in time to make some better videos for you. But if you like this video and like to see more, hit the like button and hit the subscribe, and keep informed about when I bring out other videos. I'm going to try and make some as quickly as possible, especially now I've gotten to grips with how to actually edit these videos. And with all that in mind, stay safe, stay strong, and until next time.